So here we are, yet again, another episode of the Omnicast. I cannot wait to get into this. I talk about, of course, my reactions to WrestleMania week, actually post-week, the top 5 of that. Of course, we conclude this series of my interviews with Michael, but we also get into a little bit of comedy with him. So let's just get right into it, people. And also maybe some political analysis if I have time. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Of course, I've already talked about my WrestleMania reactions on the Omni Excess podcast episode for WrestleMania weekend reactions. You will get my more specific reactions to all the highlights for Raw, NXT, and SmackDown in the week following WrestleMania. You'll get that this coming up Monday. But for right now, I'm going to talk about the top 5 of the week. Let's start with the honorable mentions. This is going to sound weird and kind of out of nowhere, but Veer finally comes. After months of teasing of Veer's coming to Raw, we finally see Veer come in. He came out to a pop from the crowd. That shows actually how well this gamble had worked. And it looked like, of course, I guess there was a report a couple months ago saying that they had no plan for Veer. They're just going to keep doing this Veer is coming. And it worked, though. So he got over, and then, of course, he attacked the Mysterios. So he's got a match with Rey Mysterio on Monday. Should be good stuff. Sasha Banks got her first win at WrestleMania. She is now, 1-5, I believe it is, or 1-6. I think she's 1-5. But she and Naomi won the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania 38 on night 2. What a match. What a moment for Sasha. Sometimes it's hard to tell with her Twitter account if she's being a smartass, with all this "I love you, Vince" stuff, or if she's just being goofy. It's hard to tell because she might just be genuinely still unhappy in the company. We don't know, but I don't see how she could be any bigger anywhere else. Personally, I don't. But either way, I'm just happy for her that she had this moment. And finally, the last honorable mention: Edge and Styles and Priest. This almost made it to the top 5 because the top 5 is very crowded. You'll hear why. WrestleMania dominates it, obviously. But first and foremost, the build for the Edge and Styles match at WrestleMania was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Edge as a heel right now is just top-notch stuff. He and Styles had a great match at WrestleMania. Some people complained about it for some reason. I don't get it because I love the match. It was awesome throughout it. And, of course, maybe they hated how it ended because Damian Priest came out and distracted Styles, and then Edge speared Styles in the middle of the phenomenal forearm. Just a classic Edge moment there. And then on Raw, Edge and Priest revealed that they've got their own little group now. They really haven't given it a name yet, but AJ Styles came out to attack them, and Styles got beat down by both of them. Either way, it was a great match, great build, and of course I can't wait to see what they're doing with Damian Priest. Of course, a lot of people chanting terrible things about like Edge and Priest saying we don't care and stuff. So just shut up and just watch. God, I hate it. We are seeing the return of the obnoxious chants, and I'll get more into that in the more specific review of NXT because it came back during Tony D'Angelo's segment, my most hated chant of all time, the boring chant. Anyways, let's get to the top 5 really quick. First and foremost, how about that match? I knew it was going to steal the show. It at least stole the show for one night, and it was Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Number one, his entrance, Pat McAfee's entrance was phenomenal. Like, they got the White Stripes 7 Nation Army in there. The whole crowd just feeling it. So it was like a football game. Just the way they're doing, like that chant is, like, I love that singing along. It's awesome. You had the McAfee versus Theory match, which was cool. McAfee then Vince McMahon was a funny moment. Of course, the crowd popped when Vince took his shirt off there. And then, of course, Steve Austin came out and stunned everybody. Just, great stuff. Great match. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 here, Becky Lynch takes on Bianca Belair. What a great match here for the Raw Women's title. This match originally stole the show of WrestleMania Night 1. Becky and Bianca just tore the house down with this, and I was so happy to see this. Becky is just a phenomenal performer, and Bianca got her WrestleMania moment 2 years in a row. Just great stuff. And of course, I can't say enough about this. Let's get into the top 3 momentarily. You are listening to the Omnicast. I hope you're enjoying. Let's get back into it. Number 3, Roman Reigns just dominated WrestleMania weekend and week. I mean, in the post week. So we had Roman Reigns unifying the Undisputed and WWE, not Undisputed, but the Universal and WWE Championships to become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. I'm happy about this. Yes, I think it's also cool to have 2 different world champions in WWE because it is the top promotion in the world. But for right now, this is an awesome moment. Get to see him walk around. This is just 100% Roman in God mode. I know people bitched about the Roman versus Brock match at WrestleMania. It was shorter than some people expected. It was the same length and everything that I thought it was going to be. A lot of awesome spots, a lot of great storytelling, like Eric Bischoff said via Twitter. I was really impressed with it. Roman winning at the end despite having an injury was great. His promo on Raw was awesome, and so was his promo on SmackDown, wherein he said he wants to unify the SmackDown and Raw tag team titles via the Usos, just bringing all the gold to the bloodline, and seemingly also kicking off a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, which should be pretty cool. A little swerve there, if you will. Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's all I gotta say. This whole build for Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania, for the Kevin Owens show was great. And then you had the surprise no-holds-barred match, just, delivered. More than delivered. He did so much for a man in his upper 50s. And then he became the Stone Cold that we all know him to be. Just stole this show. The fans were 100% into it. You can just feel the energy. Me watching at home with my brother, and his girlfriend, it was just a lot of fun. I was just super excited by it, and of course he comes out the next night and stuns everyone, and I just loved all that. So kudos to Stone Cold for coming out there and ending your career where it began in Dallas, Texas. And finally, number 1, you can't talk about all this without WrestleMania weekend, about the top 5 for the whole week, without saying something about Cody Rhodes and his epic return. Cody, he had the moment, the music. Once the lights went out, you got this feeling like, is this either going to be The Fiend or Cody? And once you heard that wrestling has more than one royal family, I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. They got the music, they got the presentation, everything was the same as it was in AEW, but it just feels bigger. He had this amazing match with Seth, and then on Raw, despite having a funny, little slight botch with the elevator thing, he had a great promo. I can't wait to see what he does next. This is just excellent. It is great to be a fan of wrestling in general, but especially right now for me as a fan of WWE. Just good stuff. Now let's go on with the rest of the show.
Jesus Christ. It's like those videos that you watch.
My mouth is a C now.
Good.
Nope.
Alright, keep working on it.
Hold on,
So you have what?
You have like
2 Ds?
a class clown in here right now.
Yeah, 2 Ds.
You have 2 Ds now? Good.
He's got good concentration. I'm in here fucking freaking out. He's still doing schoolwork.
I got 100% just now.
Dope! Me? I would have been like, fail. This guy funny, dog.
I actually failed like 2 things, but then I redid it and got it.
Alright, good. Sorry for making you fail. But at least you tried again and was successful.
Right.
Man, you failed in our time. It was you failed.
Right.
Sorry, dog. We might give you an extra credit.
It's one of the benefits of him working on this like that. Okay, so he just got 2 more Ds he's got to get rid of.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Get rid of your
I'm working out tonight because I got one coming tomorrow.
I'll work out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I might not. I really
You don't need to be privy to that conversation.
Yeah. Dad, I almost said that. Uncle Michael's doing some adult things tomorrow. Some extreme adult things. These aren't your average everyday adult things. These have been violent.
She comes in, like, your guest comes into your house and almost you start playing the ECW theme.
Extreme. All I'm wearing is a belt.
It's gonna be Kaz's FTW belt.
I'm gonna have ring ropes around my bed, just going from back and forth. Yeah!
Time for the gore.
Throw it out of the bed and get a ladder. 5-star falling splash into it.
Yeah, he does the smart laugh sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that brings back memories. I'm trying to get back to my old self.
Right.
Hey, I am not too far off to where I used to be, so yay! Yay! Just some training in the night. Go home and be like, we're doing this for tomorrow.
Get that bear impression in there.
Oh man. I was sitting last time like, God damn! We're getting some time in here! Damn! Fucking missed the whole movie pretty much. And the movie sucked though.
Right.
Oh, the movie sucked. That's why we didn't watch it.
I'd rather watch the back of your head. But,
No, I was doing some other thing. Hey, I haven't done that one yet. I'm like, each time I'm like introducing something new.
Yeah.
Like you think I'm just this here, but wait, just like Billy Mays, but wait, there's more. And it's like, oh my God, I don't bend like that. You will. You will. Start hearing bones cracking. Oh God, that hurt. You'll heal. We'll go to the ER next.
Gotta send you the spirit.
Finisher. Brutality. Flawless victory. Just stand up. Be like just go from franchise to franchise. We're in Rocky now. If she dies, she dies.
I wish Austin understood all these references.
The references make it so much better.
Right. I would break you.
I would break you. I already did that first night, God man. Oh, I loved it. Bring it back to my heydays. But now I'm all like ripped and shit. Make it sexier. Got the mirror. I'm not even looking at her anymore. I'm like, yeah, yeah. What are you doing? Shut up. Yeah. Nah, I talk a lot of shit, but I'm not like that.
Right.
She gets all the attention.
Except for when you look in the mirror.
Oh, no, actually, I'm still looking at them. I just like to watch from a different angle. Because I look at them, flip them around and do all my other shit, and I look in the mirror as I'm doing, I'm like, yeah!
It's like playing a whole different kind of Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, you're watching your own while you're doing. Yeah! Hey!
I'm laying a new pipeline.
It's like a laptop, but a bigger form. Man, I want to get a bigger mirror too. Oh yeah,
I just want to go all the way around your bed.
have it on all the walls so I can see from every angle. Have it on the ceiling too. Yeah, like god damn, your room is a mirror. like just wait, get these off. I'll show you what it's for. Yeah! That's all I hear downstairs.
Austin thinks the yeah part is funny. That's what he thinks is funny.
I haven't even watched Hodge Twins in a while, but I still do that.
Right.
Yay! Oh, man. I'm excited. Tomorrow can't come fast enough! Oh, yeah, because she's staying tomorrow, and she's staying Sunday.
Nice.
Because I don't work the days after, so I can all night. Actually, I'll be honest. We don't just do that. We watch a lot of movies and we talk a lot. She's gonna bring over her pyramid verse. I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna teach her how to do it.
Have like a
I actually really like her. I really do like her. I'm talking a lot of shit, but I really do like her.
Right. I have a lot of fun describing things.
Being all bringing some different Ooh yeah.
Go all macho man on.
Well, we were talking about wrestling moves. Put her in the camel clutch.
Oh god. Oh god.
Thank you for catching that.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a new, give a new meaning to the
Started off with the mandible claw.
Hey! Give a new meaning to the sharpshooter.
Yay. Started off with the mandible claw, maybe going into a flying headbutt, but just more like a stationary headbutt that moves around a lot.
Stationary headbutt. That's a new way of looking at it.
He has done the flying headbutt so many times that we have lost count. JR comes in, oh my god, somebody start the match!
You turn that mandible claw into a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god, if you could take that, I'd probably be out. I'm just fucking like, oh my god, am I fucking or making a puppet? But it's not. Thank God.
You're not trying to be a ventriloquist up in here.
I can barely even do the mandible claw.
Right.
Yeah. It hurts a little bit. I like the pain.
Just made me choke on saliva. That was.
You're not going to be the only one choking in the next couple days. But it won't be on saliva. Yeah!
It won't be on saliva.
Nah, I'm just kind of.
Perform a little internal strangulation.
Yeah. Coming from the bottom.
Another double meaning.
Oh my god, I can put that into a song. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. It's going to be about going from... I don't know if I should say this or else. Fuck it, he's old enough.
I mean...
Go from anal to head. We started from the bottom, now we're here! Yeah! Oh my god, I'm putting that into a song. Scott's gonna fucking cry laughing when I show those lyrics to him. He's like, oh my god, it's too good!
Appropriate indecency.
Feeding children should not be a controversial issue. It should not be a controversial issue. But my friends, as I live and breathe in this moment right now, there are people who actually will argue with you over the proposal that we should feed all children, regardless of income. Feed all students. If you propose feeding all students regardless of age, then that's an even more controversial issue, as horrible as that is. But when you say we should feed all children, that should be like, you know what? I agree. Everyone should just say it's a terrible thought to have starving children. Now, I lost a quote-unquote friend on Facebook today. They blocked me after she and I got into an argument on Facebook over the issue of feeding students. Now, to be clear, she thought I was twisting her words, which that was not my attempt here. She was part of the argument that led to me inspired me to post this. But another person who lives close to me was arguing with me and basically saying outright that, they didn't care. They didn't say it in those exact words, but they're saying, oh, when I was a kid, we had to go without. And I was like, I don't give a shit what you went through when you were a kid. Ultimately, children should be fed. End of story. I mean, I don't see how anyone can disagree with that. But anyways, this friend of mine who I had met through slightly common interest of politics, she's a little bit progressive, but mostly our common interest was wrestling. That's how we met, was through talking about WWE and stuff. And then she just kind of came to love a lot of my political views. Problem is, she's argued with me twice here. I was like, well, you know what's fine. It's fine to argue with me. I don't care. Disagree with me. I am open to everyone's viewpoints. But she had a problem with me saying that we should feed all children at end of story. And she was saying, you know, there's programs that exist for this. If you can't afford it, this is a non-issue. And I said, no, it's not a non-issue. I mean, the problem is, if you make a little bit too much money, just a little bit too much, past these arbitrary lines of income that are created by the government, if you make just a little bit too much, your child will not get fed for free. You will have to send money with your child. $2.75 a day, up to that, at least for our local program here in Newark, Ohio. For Licking County, Ohio, you have to give your child, each child, $2.75 a piece per day. That's 5 days a week. Per day, $2.75. I'm not sure if you know how to do math, but $2.75 a day adds up pretty quickly, especially if you have more than one child. Regardless, that's because of the arbitrary standards for income that are established. Now, here where I live in Newark, Ohio, every student gets to eat breakfast for free. You know, everyone gets free breakfast. It was part of an experimental program, government program. I believe it was like some kind of minor expansion to food stamps, and the state of Ohio got a grant on that, and that led to the school district saying, you know, all children can eat for free for breakfast. Okay, but you know, school it's not just a 4-hour day where one meal can cut it, which of course sometimes stretching it out to 4 hours is kind of tough on the stomach, especially for little bellies out there. When you have a small belly, it doesn't stay full long. But, you know, so that was all well and good having a free breakfast, but that's not the whole thing. You know, I'm sorry, making a child go without because they couldn't afford lunch, but they get a free breakfast guaranteed, I'm sorry, it should be both. Both meals should be free. Because what if that's the only thing they eat all day? What if, you know, their parents who have to report their income, you know, what if their parents, typically their income is better, but they're going through a rough patch and they don't have enough food at home? That happens. You know, but this Facebook friend, I'll just call her that. I won't mention her name just to be respectful. She blocked me. She didn't just unfriend me. She outright blocked me to make it to where I couldn't respond to her at all. She angrily commented on it after she had said, you know, there were programs. She said, oh, I donate all this money to charity. You know, I pay taxes and all that. You know, and she was basically saying that basically her original comment that inspired me to argue with her a little bit was she said that there shouldn't just be a handout. There shouldn't just be a handout on food. And I'm sorry. In this respect, she was dead wrong. I'm sorry. When it comes to food and students, you don't call it a fucking handout. You're just giving it. You're feeding them. You're making sure they're not starving while they're in school or anywhere. You're just feeding them. So to make an argument about that, saying, oh, it's a handout, like, fuck that. They're students. Their primary responsibility when they're in school should just be learning, not learning and trying to figure out if they're going to eat anything. You know how hard it is to think when you're hungry? You know how hard it is to learn when you're starving? I'm sorry, not every parent can afford to send a packed lunch or can afford to send $2.75 per day. You know, that's like around, I think about $15 a week. I'm not going to do the mental math completely here, but that's a lot of money. In 2 weeks' time, 10 days, one child alone will cost you over $20. And that's just in 2 weeks. A whole month, you're looking at over $40, close to $50 a month just to feed your child in school if they don't get free lunches. If you have to pay that $2.75 a day. I don't know about you, but I can't afford to give out $50 a fucking month to another bill, basically. You know, yes, I say raise the taxes a little bit if you have to, but feed every child, every meal. And I'm talking about the legal definition of a child, up to 17 years old. No, heck, even, I don't care. As long as you're in high school, you should be fed for free. Period. If you're a senior, I don't care if you're 20 years old. Feed them. Every student should be fed. That's a concept. I mean, like another friend of mine had said in this exchange on Facebook, you know, you should feed everyone. Everyone should be able to eat. And I absolutely agree with that. But as a basic tenet of this discussion, we should all agree that every fucking child should eat. And that it's not a handout. Okay, that's the end of my rant. But, so now we move on to the last one, Angels into Devils.
Angels and the Devils. That was a song that was made in 8 minutes. It was made in 8 minutes. Bragg was fucking around, playing with the beat. He was making it on his cell phone, on GroovePad. Not a sponsor. That's a shout out to a show that I love to watch, Good Mythical Morning. I love Good Mythical Morning.
Right.
Good Mythical Morning and the Mythical Crew. You guys are awesome. But either way, Angels and the Devils, Bragg was messing around. He was making a beat on his cell phone. And then I was like, hey, hold on, man. I think I have something. I think I have something that can fit that. And then I went through my phone and I found what is the chorus.
Right.
And it was just a chorus that I had written because I was going to write a song. And I was going to call it Turning Angels into Devils. Well, Angels into Devils. I think he called it.
It's basically still Angels into Devils.
Yeah, because
like depending on where you look at it.
He put it Turning Angels into Devils. I was gonna make a song called Angels into Devils.
I think the various artists thing just has it as Angels into Devils.
Yeah, it's Angels into Devils, but I was gonna put it to Turning Angels into Devils. Sorry, everybody.
No,
Turning
good.
Angels into Devils. I was going to have a song called Angels into Devils.
Just without the turning.
Yes, without the turning. And that's what he did. He was like, I think it sounds better as calling it Turning Angels into Devils.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'm not bitching about it. And yeah, but yeah,
So
either way,
the
I
chorus
said that,
of
and he
it-
looked at me, he said, write 8 bars. And I was like, all right. And I wrote 8 bars, and then we were spitting it back and forth to each other. And then, like, while I was doing the chorus, I've had the glow on my soul since the day I was born part. And he started doing that melody underneath where it says, we are...
Our angels turning into devils. Yeah.
We are just a vessel turning angels into devils.
Right.
He started doing that underneath me. And we were like, whoa, wait a minute. Something here. And then, like, I actually still have the original audio that we recorded 8 minutes after... Well, not 8 minutes after. It was like about 20 minutes after we wrote it, because the song was written completely in 8 minutes. Like, beat was made and verses were written all in 8 minutes.
After Wonderland, it's my second favorite beat of the album. So
yeah. But he made that beat on the spot. I shot the chorus. He said write 8 bars. We both wrote 8 bars separately, and because I told him the concept of the song.
Right. A lot of it's about torment, it sounds like.
Well, the song is literally about being a person that...
Who grows up innocent.
That you're an innocent.
Get turned into a devil.
And then the people around you are turning you into a demon. Like, they're turning you into a devil rather than you being the angel you were born to be, kind of type thing. Like
it's trauma.
It's the
trauma.
tainting of who you are as a purity when you're a child, because I believe children are pure. And they get, like, you're not born a racist.
No.
Or any of that shit. I don't want to hear it from nobody.
Not
you
born
are not
a murderer
born.
or any of that shit. Like, stuff happens.
Something happens in your life to make you hate somebody. Like, And this isn't for one of those, oh, you just want to like, no, like I truly 100% to my core believe you are not born a racist, you're not born hating anything. Your experiences and your people that surround you mold you to be who you are. Whether you want to accept it or not, you are the way you are because of your environment. I just happen to have an amazing mother
Right.
with a tough upbringing because I believe people that have it too fucking easy growing up become lazy pieces of shit and fucking just expect
we
everything.
see it every day.
Oh, yeah. Especially working where we work.
Yeah.
But either way, like, I don't know.
People who don't have to work.
Well,
for
my point
anything.
being is the song is about having your purity tainted by your surroundings and
your environment.
you just get turned into it. And like we give a story on both of our verses.
Yeah.
Like I talk about how I want to be this man that my mom wanted me to be, and it's just like I give my all to people, and no matter what I give it to them, but then they fuck me up, and then I try to help them in any way, but when it's my turn to be helped,
They're nowhere to be
left.
seen. Yeah.
I'm left. I'm left,
left
to
without
die.
a trace. Yeah.
And I give my all, I give my love, and then I get broken like always. And that's pretty much what the song is about.
See, I have a hard time like ranking all these songs for me. They're all good in their own respect. I like all of them, but like I've said before, my favorite obviously is I Want to Trust Again, then Wonderland. I think Turning Angels into Devils is probably my third favorite. And Not Ready for Me is up there. Like I just like them all, but those are like my favorites that I look forward to when they're playing.
Yeah, they're really good songs, and I can't wait for this next one because this next one's gonna have anywhere from like 13 to possibly 15 tracks.
Well, you're going to have me listening for a while because I'm looking forward to it, and now we can do this all over again when that comes out.
Yeah, it's and all these other songs are very hard hitting. There are a lot of emotional songs on this next record, and it's that's the reason why it is the way it is. It's fully based around like the emotions. Like I think we only have like maybe 3 to 4 songs out of the 13 that are not emotional. Like and even in their own lights, they have some emotional qualities. Some of them. There's at least 2 that have like almost none that are emotional. One's really funny. Reality Check's super funny. That's just our comedy shit, shitting on fucking Karens, fuckboys, and whores.
Right. But basically, you're delving more into the seriousness of your life.
Oh,
the stories that you want to tell.
Which, just like with Pincushion, like if you really listen to the song, like. Well, the songs on there, most of them are actually very serious.
Right. It starts off funny.
If you read the lyrics, you can actually... Because we're also going to release the lyrics, too.
Cool.
So everything you'll be able to read along to, you'll be able to actually know the words. And they're all very, very serious.
Well, see, I like how the tracks lay out. I'm not sure whose idea it was.
Bragg is actually the one that did the outlay of the album, and he seeks my approval. He was like, hey... This is how I feel like it should run. Tell me how you feel about it, and I
think it flows perfectly with the way it is because the reason I like it is because all the comedy stuff is at the beginning, and it eases you into the stories you're about to tell.
Yeah.
And then of course in the middle of it, it starts to get more serious. The comedy starts to fade away.
Yeah, you get one last hit of comedy in the middle.
Yeah,
with,
you start to hear this You start to hear the seriousness blend in just a little bit more and more with every song as it goes on.
Yeah, because Mushroom Kingdom Rap's even more serious than what Blazy Boys was. Blazy Boys was like straight out just
comedy
shit.
Yeah, just you guys being goofy. So that's why I like the album how it's laid out.
I wrote that Blazy Boys beat too.
Right, and that's pretty sweet. I do like that. So I'm just saying, like I like how it laid out.
The beats of the album actually.
So, at the end of the day, you guys did a really good job, and I encourage everyone to listen to it. With each of what you've done here, talking about all this, I plan on sharing that song right after your description of it. And, just like these will be all in separate episodes. So that's why I plan on doing just easing it in. And who knows, by the time I get done releasing all these.
Easing it in, exactly what I don't like to do.
So
ain't that right, baby? Since you're present in the room.
God. Poor Ashley.
I ease it in.
Where's all the bodies at? So either way, that's just gross.
I love you, baby.
It's like just not in that moment. I'm not playing. But anyways, moving on. By the time we get done releasing all of these, you may even have your next album out. Who knows? So.
Well, if all goes as planned, the album should be. Once again, I can't stress it enough. Recording is the biggest stopper here. I can if I was able to make up the brags and have a day, I could probably record 3 to 5 songs.
Just a matter of whether you have
in
time.
one day, and that would be a little over half the album done because he already has like 3-4 songs done himself.
That's why it's an awesome thing to have vacation time coming up for you in the spring.
Well, I'm probably gonna take vacation probably around Mom's.
Yeah, her anniversary. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of it's a little bit after her birthday.
Yeah,
and of course,
it's a little more significant because it's 10 years.
Yeah, and that's why this is rough. But I know that was like part of you was kind of hoping that Marionette would be released around that time.
I'm hoping that we can actually get it released on her day, on her passing day.
Because you're wanting to do something special on actually that day.
Yeah, I'm wanting to do something very, very, very special. I'm not going to go too far into it, but I want to do something very, very special, and it's
well,
yeah, I'm hoping to do something, but yeah, there's I wanted to mention the blunt therapy session, like how funny the name sounds. Like it's a funny sounding name, but it's a very, very serious song.
It's why you use the blunts.
Because I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but I'll tell you the concept. The concept of it is the reason why it's called blunt therapy session is because when you and a homie are like blazing up, you guys are
getting deep in the conversation.
See, me and Bragg, and I've had a couple other friends like this. But when we really, really start to smoke out, and that's the reason why one of our names is going to be called Blazy Boys. I think our name is actually going to be Blazy Boys now.
Right.
But when we smoke, we have points in time where like we're both going through life like crazy, and like
right.
we've been friends for over a decade, over a decade and a half now.
Yep.
And we've been through some shit together. Like he stayed with me for like 2.5 years at one point.
Yeah.
I cut him down when he hung himself.
Mm-hmm.
He saved my life without him even really knowing it, just being there.
Right.
Through some of my worst times, he's been there. The only time that he wasn't there and he wasn't able to be there was during Mom's passing, but he's here now. And that
because he was up in Michigan at the time.
Yeah, he might be over in Logan, but he's here, and we talk quite often. We go a couple of days sometimes without being able to speak, but we both have our own lives. So, and
right.
he lives out of town. So, yeah. But when we talk and we get really, really like when we blaze up and we get talking, and sometimes we'll be having like really, really bad like weeks, and especially like I miss the time. Say anything against anybody, but like I miss the times that when it was just like me and him. Sometimes it could just be us, and we could fully
just go at it,
fully let loose everything, and like because sometimes things can sound bad to other people when we're not meaning it a certain way, but we know
right.
each other. We can read each other like we were reading our own story. That's how well we can read each other.
Uh-huh.
We know when the other one's fucked up. We'll even ask, and we'll lie to each other sometimes. Like, I'm good, man. And it's like, I know you're fucking lying to me. But
right.
sometimes it's like, you're lucky we're around company because I would be like interrogating your ass. Like, what's up?
Right.
Don't fucking lie to me. Like, what's up? But like when we used to smoke, and like sometimes we'd have them dark moments, and we would let everything out. We've told each other dark things about ourselves, and
right.
things that nobody else knows. But like this song is about some of those moments. Because we talk about our traumas in this song.
Uh-huh.
And we both talk about similar traumas that have happened in our life. We both tell 2 stories.
Where your stories correlate with each other.
Yeah,
almost.
but he goes first, and like I start off the rap, and then he tells me a story like a therapist. Like a therapist will sit there like, how do you feel about this? Like, let's dive into why you think this is happening.
It's going to be a hard song for you to record.
Oh, no, it's not. We're already rapping it. We've already stood in front of each other and rapped the lines. Like, he actually wrote my therapist lines, and I wrote his therapist lines. So my verse, in my verse section where I'm telling my shit,
Yeah.
I wrote all that.
Obviously.
And his verse when he I'm
Tells
saying,
off his stuff.
I wrote in my verse, I wrote his lines as well for him to rap to me. It's like,
Oh, you mean him being a therapist? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, of course.
I'll give part of the verse to kind of put it in perspective.
Allude to it a little bit.
I don't want to give it away. I'm just gonna say it's like this. It's pretty much him saying, "Hey, man, we're blowing down. I see you got some problems. Talk to me about it."
All right.
That's pretty much the gist of it. And then from that point, I rap about a thing that's happened in my life, but I kind of make it.
Have to veil it a little bit.
I make it hard to understand what it is.
Yeah.
I am talking about.
You create a veil.
Yeah, I create a veil, and I create, and it's kind of straightforward, but it's also veiled up.
Yeah.
But either way, you'll hear when you hear it. And then after I do that, he kind of responds like, "Man, that fucking sucks," but like, let me know more. Tell me what happened to start all this.
Right.
And then I do my other thing that talks about an even worse time in my life.
Right.
A really big trauma, probably one of the key factors of certain things that
Go through your head.
that go through my head, and what I deal with, and why I feel the way I do about certain things, and how I used to be towards a certain type of people until actually I came around him. But after the song is released, I'll explain further into that.
Right.
But yeah, he has his own shit, and we both literally talk about like the exact same type of thing. But we have like this thing where we call each other our yin and yang.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why during his birthday song, I call him the yin to my yang. Yeah. I'm also going to release a birthday song for him. It's already done, and it's all ready for technically last year, but I'm going to release it probably on Marionette.
Right.
Probably either Marionette or the one after. But we plan on doing it all this year. We're probably going to be releasing up to like 30 plus songs this year.
So you're going to be busy in that respect.
Trying with regular life, having a job.
It's not fun. That's for sure.
It's hard to find time, and like when you have a real life and you do a lot of shit, like it's hard to find time to write, to practice,
to do things,
to literally do anything. Like I got. So
sometimes you come home from work, you're just exhausted.
Yeah, that's the reason why sometimes I do it at work. I'll be doing something, and then I'll find just this little lick of time, and I'm like.
I think wasn't it I Want to Trust Again that you were rapping at work and then gave Donita like chills or whatever and goosebumps?
I think I read her a message to you.
Okay.
I didn't really rap it to her, but I read it to her. I read her the lyrics.
Right.
And she said, "Wow, they gave me chills." And I when I read these lyrics to some people, I'm like, "Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me." And like I want everybody to hear that is hearing this to understand I'm not in any danger of myself. I use my music as an outlet for all of my emotion, whether it's anger, sadness, depression, vengefulness, like anything that could possibly be like a negative output, like I could hurt somebody or I could do something stupid or anything. Like I put that into my music so I don't do it in real life. Like I use that as my therapy. I use that as my outlet for all of that negativity. Right. I do this stuff because I want to keep myself from being that bad person, from being slightly what I in ways used to be.
Right.
And music has helped me so much further than I could ever actually put into words. Like I can't give an. It's
transformed who you are.
If it wasn't for music, I would either be dead in prison or maybe worse. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. Music helped me.
So all this stuff is exciting to hear, to look forward to. You and I will record more about other things in the near future, but I absolutely wanted to get this stuff recorded to help you and Scott, or Dead MC and Lil Zip, the Blazy Boys, get the word out.
We also are releasing a podcast. I don't know if Bragg already released it yet. I'm pretty sure he would have sent me a link or something by now if he did. We recorded something. Sadly, we had video for it, and it was actually really funny. I really wish that
It made it.
it made it, but the program that he used was
Didn't keep up with
it didn't do it because we were recording from a couple different things.
Ah, I see.
Because we went on Discord and tried to do something, and it just didn't work out the way we planned it. After it was all done, he was all fucking sad because it didn't record.
I can help provide some advice on that stuff.
Yeah.
Since I've got a lot of expertise in recording and dubbing things and all that stuff. So.
Well, yeah, if you feel free, like, you can shoot him a message, be like, hey, bud, if you want any advice on anything, because I got some stuff here. I told Michael that I would reach out to you. And
right.
If you feel like you got it, you got it. If,
I got some programs and stuff that can actually help with that. So.
Well, yeah. As long as you explain, like, you're here to help. I'm pretty sure he'll be like, hey, man, any help, any advice you have,
right.
I'll be.
Absolutely.
But,
so, I definitely appreciate this time to talk about your songs.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, we will continue all this when you guys release Marionette. We'll continue all this discussion. I look forward to all that.
Yeah, there's a lot on its way, and we got.
You said 30 songs, so 22 songs more to go for 2022.
In all honesty, it's probably going to be more than that, but I'm not sure.
Right. You're at least going to be releasing like 13, 14, 15 more songs, so definitely something by the end of the year.
13 minimum.
Right.
For Marionette. Like, there are 13 to 14 confirmed tracks for Marionette, and if we make any more, it's going to bleed into the next album. We're going to take our pick of the litter and choose what we want to be on that one.
Well, I would really love to have Scott on this show one day if he ever wants to participate. So.
Oh yeah, if he's ever in the area, and I know that.
Heck, I can even do a phone interview with him if he wants. I don't mind.
Well, hopefully his car gets fixed soon because they were talking about his vehicle getting fixed.
Okay.
And yeah, it almost makes me want to do a GoFundMe.
Right.
Little Zip's wheels need fixed.
Little Zip's wheels. All right. Well, thank you, Michael, and we'll continue more with all the comedy and stuff at another time. So, appreciate it, buddy.
No problem.
Since the day I was born, it's getting hard to show. Now darkness grows. Why am I so torn? Trying to stay in the light, but I'm lost in an ice. Spiritually falling many levels. Tortured, cheated, I'm spite on fight. Turning angels into devils. Such a sweet child, so happy he's an angel. Never would have guessed in the end. Traded in his halo, he was looking for a friend. So why'd they leave him so alone? Would you still believe this? Both you knew what was waiting at his home. Managed to keep on his smile despite never getting any love. Why was he so hated? Can you tell me what he has done? Only way he could survive would be go down to their level. He felt so fucking low, Mr. High turned into the devil. You know I've had to glow my soul since the day I was born. It's getting hard to show, now darkness grows. Why am I so torn? Trying to stay in the light, but I'm lost in the night. Spiritually falling many levels. Tortured, cheated, that's why y'all fight. Turning angels into devil. You know I've had to glow my soul since the day I was born. It's getting hard to show, now darkness grows. Why am I so torn? Trying to stay in the light, but I'm lost in the night. Spiritually falling many levels. Tortured, cheated, that's why y'all fight. Turning angels into devils. I try to be the man my mama wanted me to be. How can I stay up on this path when the hatred's blinding me? I give my all just to have it all thrown back in my face. About to drop the ball when smash they jaw disappear without a trace. The times I've lived just to give you what you really needed. When it was time to help me, you left me broken and defeated. Took my heart and broke my heart. Took deep with the shovel, killed the angel, but he's resurrected as a devil. You know I've had the glow, my soul stay. I was born as a king, hard to show, now darkness grows. Why am I so torn? Trying to stay in the light, but I'm lost in the night. Spiritually falling many levels, tortured, cheated, that's why y'all fight. Turning angels in the devil. You know I've had the glow, my soul since the day I was born as king, hard to show, now darkness grows. Why am I so torn? Trying to stay in the light, but I'm lost in the night. Spiritually falling many levels, tortured, cheated, that's why y'all fight. Turning